They say this city is built on bedrock, but I say it's built on dreams, millions of them, stacked story by story, reaching for the divine. Walk these streets, and you feel it. A vibration, a pulse that began centuries ago when this was nothing but a quiet Dutch outpost on the edge of a vast, wild ocean. We often look up, blinded by the lights, but the true magic lies in the ascent. Today, we don't just visit landmarks, we peel back the layers of time. From the salt spray of the Battery to the vertiginous peaks of Midtown. I'm Daisy, and this is Coast Quest. Join me, as we trace the soul of New York, rising from the harbor to the heavens. We begin where the land ends and the memory of the ocean begins. This is the Battery. Today, it feels like a park for wanderers, but the name holds the echo of violence. A battery of cannons once stood here, teeth bared against the horizon, guarding the fragile Dutch colony of New Amsterdam. If you listen past the wind, you can almost hear the ghosts of 17th-century merchants trading furs and spices, the very first heartbeat of the city's commerce. And standing watch over it all is the lady in the harbor. She wasn't always destined for these waters. The sculptor, Bartholdi, first envisioned a similar colossus for the sands of Egypt, standing at the gates of the Suez Canal. But fate, and a gift from France, brought her here to become the mother of exiles. Look closely at her. Her strength is an illusion of mass, her copper skin is beaten thin, no thicker than 2 pennies stacked together. Yet, she has withstood a century of storms. For the millions arriving by sea, emerging from the fog on the NYC ferry lines of the past, she wasn't just metal. She was the first breath of a new life. Statue of Liberty history isn't written in books, it's written in the gaze of those who looked up at her and wept with relief. Step with me now into the narrow stone corridors of the financial district, a place where shadows stretch long, and history hides between the cracks of skyscrapers. This is Wall Street, a name that echoes around the world, yet its origins are humble, even fragile. Long before the trading floors, the stock tickers, the fortunes rising and collapsing in a single breath, there stood a simple wooden wall, built by Dutch settlers to keep out the British, pirates, and Native Americans. A fence meant to protect a small colony, now the heartbeat of global finance. Strange, how the smallest defenses can grow into the greatest forces. As you walk, the city towers above you like a cathedral of steel, and every gust of wind feels like the whisper of the past brushing against the future. This canyon of skyscrapers is more than architecture, it's a monument to ambition, risk, and the restless human hunger to reach higher than yesterday. At the end of one narrow street stands Trinity Church, once the tallest building in New York City. Imagine that. A simple stone steeple once piercing the sky, a spiritual anchor rising above all else. Now it kneels humbly beneath glass giants, a reminder that time turns everything upside down. Where faith once touched the clouds, commerce now climbs endlessly. And then, like a Gothic dream cast in stone, the Woolworth Building emerges. They called it the Cathedral of Commerce, and when you look closely, you understand why. Its carvings, arches, and intricate details feel almost holy, as if business itself were religion, and this tower its sanctuary. It rises not with cold precision, but with a kind of ornate longing. A skyscraper built to look ancient, as though it knew even in its youth that it would always belong to the realm of legend. Around you, footsteps echo. Traders hurry, dreamers gather. Tourists marvel at the famous symbols of power, the charging bull and the fearless girl, frozen in eternal confrontation. They are more than sculptures, they are the spirits of Wall Street itself. Courage facing chaos, hope facing uncertainty, ambition facing consequence. Here, in this labyrinth of stone and steel, you feel the tension between fragility and power, between the wooden wall that once protected a village, and the financial empire that now shapes the world. This is Wall Street history not as a lesson, but as a living energy. A place where every building is a chapter, every shadow is a memory, and every upward glance is a reminder. New York City is always reaching higher, and inviting you to do the same. Step onto the wooden planks of the Brooklyn Bridge, and you are walking more than steel and stone. You are walking across dreams, ambition, and the echoes of a family whose names are stitched into the very cables above you. This bridge began as John Roebling's vision, a daring dream to link Manhattan and Brooklyn. But fate shadowed the endeavor. John died before the bridge could rise, his son Washington claimed by the bends from surveying the river depths, and it was Emily Roebling, with courage and brilliance, who carried the dream to completion. Every step you take is a tribute to their sacrifice, ingenuity, and unyielding resolve. As you move slowly across, the city stretches before you like a living tapestry. The towers of Manhattan rise, framed perfectly by the suspension cables, a cathedral of iron and ambition, where morning light turns steel into gold. This is why travelers flock here at sunrise. The air is quiet, the crowds are gone, and the city reveals its secrets in the gentle glow of dawn. Look toward Dumbo, that famous enclave beneath the bridge. Each brick street and corner is a frame waiting for a photograph, a story waiting for memory. Here, history and art collide. Cobblestones whisper beneath your feet while modern skyscrapers reflect the dreams of those who built this city. Every cable, every arch, every plank tells a story of resilience. Of a family who refused to yield. Of a city that grows upward and outward, demanding courage from those who dare to span its divides. Walking the bridge is more than a crossing. It is a ritual, a meditation on ambition, connection, and the human spirit. So pause, listen, breathe. The East River murmurs below, the wind hums along the steel, and for a moment, you are suspended not just above water, but above time itself. This is the Brooklyn Bridge Walk, a journey that links past and present, Brooklyn and Manhattan, dreams and reality. And if you follow the light toward Dumbo photo spots, you will capture not just images, but the soul of New York City itself. Step into Midtown Manhattan, where ambition rises not just in stories, but in steel, stone, and the sky itself. Here, in the heart of the city, the 1930s gave birth to a secret race, a race to conquer the heavens. Skyscrapers sprouted like daring giants. 40 Wall Street, proud and resolute. The Chrysler Building, gleaming with Art Deco ambition. And the Empire State Building, determined to pierce the clouds with timeless grace. But the race was not won by labor or height alone. It was won by cunning and audacity. The Chrysler Building hid its spire inside the structure, only to reveal it at the last moment, soaring above its competitors, claiming the title of the world's tallest, if only briefly. A whisper of triumph, a secret that changed the skyline overnight. Walk a little, and the city opens its hidden wonders. Step into Grand Central Terminal and look up. The celestial ceiling stretches across the hall, a painted night sky, backwards and mysterious, as though the universe itself is playing tricks on those who pass beneath it. Whisper into the gallery's corner, and the walls return your words as echoes. Reminders that even in a city of steel, magic lingers quietly, waiting for those who notice. And then, there it stands. The Empire State Building, not just a tower, but a symbol. Its Art Deco lobby glows with ambition, elegance, and the pulse of an era that dreamed bigger than the clouds. From these streets, the race to the sky feels alive, not just a contest of height, but a testament to human desire, ingenuity, and the audacity to reach beyond what seems possible. Here, the past and the present collide in polished marble, soaring steel, and whispered secrets. It is a place where travelers compare Empire State Building versus Top of the Rock, yet the real wonder is not in the rankings, but in the story the city tells as it stretches ever upward, daring you to look, dream, and rise along with it. Night falls, and the city transforms. The streets glow, the crowds pulse, and the heartbeat of New York becomes almost tangible. Welcome to Times Square, once known as Longacre Square, a horse trading district, now reborn as the dazzling theater district that earned the name, the Great White Way, one of the first streets lit entirely by electric bulbs, enchanting visitors with a brilliance the world had never seen. Step closer, and the lights themselves feel alive, reflecting off towering screens, glimmering against rain-slick streets, and inviting every passerby to dream bigger than they ever imagined. Here, magic is not just on stage, it spills into every corner, every billboard, every echo of footsteps. Peer into the New Amsterdam Theater, a jewel of Art Nouveau elegance. Inside, the ghosts of performers past linger in the arches and ornate carvings, reminding you that every story told on this stage carries centuries of passion, art, and imagination. From Aladdin to countless other legends, it is a sanctuary where dreams are choreographed into reality. And if you wish to join this world, the Broadway Tickets Guide is your key. Seek the TKTS booths for discounted marvels, plan ahead, and let the city's lights guide you to seats where the curtain rises and you are swept into another universe. Times Square is more than neon and crowds. It is a living testament to New York's ability to transform, to shine, and to inspire awe. Every street lamp, every marquee, every flicker of color whispers. The city never sleeps, the stories never end, and for a few hours in the night, you too can be part of its radiant legend. And now, we rise. From the bustling streets at sea level. From the wooden walls of Wall Street, the iron arches of Brooklyn Bridge, and the neon glow of the Great White Way. We ascend, carrying the whispers of centuries beneath our feet. Here, at Summit 1 Vanderbilt, over 1,000 feet above the city, New York stretches in every direction, a labyrinth of ambition, creativity, and relentless energy. Glass floors beneath our steps reflect the pulse of the streets below, while mirrored rooms turn the skyline into infinite possibilities, folding the city onto itself. Even the Empire State Building, once the tallest dream of a generation, bows humbly from this vantage, a reminder of how far we've come. We began at the coast, at the edge of the land, and now we soar above a vertical metropolis that rose from humble trading posts to a city that reaches the clouds. Every street, every building, every story below speaks of struggle, vision, and unyielding courage. This is New York, a city built by dreamers, shaped by the daring, and always inviting you to look beyond what you see. Which era of NYC calls to you the most? The historic brick, worn by time and memory, or the modern glass, reflecting the endless sky and possibility? Let me know in the comments, and join me next time as we continue our mystical journey through the stories, streets, and souls of the world.